What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to know what you all think about these topics. And ladies and gentlemen, we're continuing my series. The covering the 2024-2025 NFL season and the expectations for each team going into this season. And as far as this series, as far as this episode goes, we're covering the New York Jets. Excuse me, the New York Football Jets. As I believe this is one of the heavy favorites this season for NFL championship, and for a multitude of reasons. Not only are the Jets one of the more talented teams from top to bottom, they also got a lot on the line. With my former quarterback of my Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, as I am very well invested in how he's going to sum up his career. Will he do it with a championship, or will he just go out with a whimper? Very invested in that. So, moving forward, I do want to mention that there is an ongoing contract issue with Hassan Reddick, the star. Well, I don't know if I should call him superstar, but the standout pass rusher who was traded over to the New York Jets for, traded over to the New York Jets from the Philadelphia Eagles. Sorry about that. And Hassan has been wanting a new contract deal, as he has been one of the standout pass rushers in the NFL, averaging, I believe, 10 sacks the last few seasons. I know definitely he got it last season, and he's looking for a contract extension for that. So we're waiting on more updates. As far as my research goes, the last I heard about the situation was that Hassan Reddick is in New Jersey. Um, he's in he's around the the Jets facilities and all that stuff, doing other things like his charity kind of stuff, giving book bags to kids and all that kind of stuff. But there's been no updates as far as his participation in the New York Jets training camps and all that good stuff. And it's to my knowledge that if he does not hurry up and get this thing over with, he would be getting fined upwards of $800,000+ a game, because he's already missed the training camp, and then he's already missed preseason. So, and I believe the New York Jets play Monday night, so he got up until then to join the team. But he's still waiting on a contract extension. So, like I say, I'll be updating you all as I get updates. But that's a very interesting thing to talk about when it comes to the New York Jets. But outside of that, this is again one of the more talented teams this year. Looking at last year's numbers, uh, it's really ugly. It's very ugly as the New York Jets. As I was doing my research, looking at these numbers, when I was looking up certain statistics and categories, it was very easy for me to just go right to the bottom of a lot of these categories, and find the New York Jets. But to talk about their offense, again, caveat, Aaron Rodgers went down, 4 plays into his New York Jets tenure. And it was, just took the air out of the room. I was watching that game myself. I believe it was going up against the Buffalo Bills. And in fact, indeed, it did take a lot of air out of the room. Me personally, as an Aaron Rodgers supporter, I really hurt. I really hurt for him, but I really hurt for the New York Jets as well. To have so much invested into that season, a lot invested into Aaron, to have it all kind of snatched away suddenly. I feel for the New York Jets. So, looking at their rankings, there's no mystery as to how they landed so low in the totem poles. But anyway, total offense for the New York Jets, they were 31st, essentially second from last. Pass offense, 30th. Rush offense, 22nd. Their scoring offense was 29th. Red zone offense, 32nd. And third down conversion rate was 32nd. So dead last in red zone offense and as well as third down conversions. Again, no wonder why they were so putrid on offense. But the defense was a little bit more of a bright spot. Of course, led by Sauce Gardner, C.J. Mosley, Quinnen Williams. Those guys. You got total defense. They came in third. Pass defense in second. Rush defense was 25th. Not good at all. Scoring defense was 12th. Red zone defense was 7th. And third down conversions on the defensive side of the ball, they set at 13th. So, again, the offense was absolutely a nightmare, but the defense was a bit of a bright spot for the New York Jets, and essentially reloading with the same guys coming back healthy, and with the addition of a guy as talented as Haason Reddick, I don't see how the New York Jets could not be elite on offense and defense, as I still believe that Aaron Rodgers has a little bit more juice in the orange. And I think he may just have one more good Super Bowl run in him, but we have yet to see that. Breece Hall is another highlight for me for this team. Breece was coming off, I believe, an ACL injury last season, so he started off um, the season with a bit of a low management type schedule, not playing a lot of plays. As the season went along, of course, the restrictions began to fall off. But this season, having a fully healthy camp and all that good stuff, I believe that Breece Hall will come back and look even better than he has before. I am a little bit nervous because I had Breece Hall on my fantasy football team last season, and the games that he did play, there was about 3 or 4 games he played very well, and so I'm expecting a little bit more from him. I didn't get him picked up on either one of my fantasy football squads this year, but I am a big fan of Breece Hall because of him being on my fantasy football team last year. So I tend to support the guys that I draft. I kind of draft guys that I do like, and as a season goes along, I just tend to support those guys a little bit more in the upcoming years, the following years, whether they're on my team or not. Breece would be one of those guys exclusively this year. Garrett Wilson, another very talented player, wide receiver for the New York Jets. Garrett Wilson was making all kind of amazing throws last season with Zach Wilson as his quarterback. So I believe that you put a guy like Aaron Rodgers, under center. That's only gonna make Garrett Wilson's job a little bit easier as well. I think that he's one of the better receivers in the league. I did pick up Garrett on one of my fantasy football squads because I believe in him. And I believe, again, with Aaron Rodgers, they are going to put up some numbers. Touchdown total, I can see Gary getting more than 10 this year, upwards of the area about 15, because I just think that he's going to be Aaron Rodgers' favorite target. Revamped offensive line. The New York Jets were able to add Tyron Smith, the legendary Dallas Cowboy. He came over and I believe in free agency. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But the offensive line will be led with him amongst a few other veterans. Did I get them? I'm sorry, y'all. I did not write down those guys. But anyway, the offensive line is going to be revamped with some veteran presences. So I'm interested to see what they do there. Mike Williams, him being added, I believe he came over from the Chargers. Very good wide receiver. Again, he's going to make Garrett Wilson's job a lot easier. They had another wide receiver. I can't think of the guy's name. Damn, I can't think of his name, but I think that with Mike on the team, being a deep threat, a bigger receiver, I think that's going to make the job easier for everybody. Jeff Ulbeck, Ulbrich, I believe his name is, the defensive coordinator. I believe this is his first year over there. So with this squad, can they continue on some of the success that they had last season? Again, total defense third, pass defense second. Can he keep them in that level? I believe so. They can. They have the talent. Um, Quentin Williams, I believe that he is one of the best defensive players in the league. Easily, I believe that Quentin could be in the defensive player of the year race this year. Um, I like Quentin Williams as far as his personality. He's very, seems like a really cool dude, and not only that, uh, he really comes to play every Sunday when it's time to play, and he looked good last season. So I'm expecting him to take another step forward this year. And for me personally, I expect the Jets to win the Super Bowl, man. I know that sounds crazy, especially in my lifetime. The New York Jets have always been a bit of a laughing stock. Very few years they had the big green machine for a little while there, but excuse me. I'm expecting this team as constructed to win a Super Bowl. And again, I hope that they get things worked out with Hassan Reddick because I believe that they can. The Jets are my dark horse for the AFC, um, much like the Falcons are my dark horse for the NFC to make something shake. It wouldn't be crazy if we get Atlanta Falcons and New York Jets Super Bowl. But nonetheless, I think that the New York Jets are very much so equipped. I know Robert Saleh, I don't know how to say his last name. The coach, I know that he had a bit of a tough time last season. A lot of people were calling for his job. I believe that, I think that Robert's a decent coach. I don't know him personally. I mean, of course, I don't know him personally, but I don't know him enough to speak a little bit more on the situation. I have to get with my boy Nick Shine and see what Jets Nation is talking about. But I think that Robert, Saleh, from what I have seen, I think he's a decent coach. He just was unfortunately hit with a lot of injuries last year, including to the quarterback. So I got a lot high expectation, of course, for the New York Jets this season. They have the most primetime games as well. So we'll be seeing a lot of New York Jets. I believe it all begins on next Monday night, against the San Francisco 49ers. And if we get a minute, we'll go through the schedules and chop up each game. If I get the time, no, honestly. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section, as I'm always intrigued to know what you all have to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.